Paul George was supposed to be the guy. Clippers gave up everything to get him. The Sixers paid him $50 million to be a difference maker. But right now, he's playing like a role player.
It's crazy, man. He cried his way out of LA to get the bag. Now he's getting paid $50 million to barely play. I mean, needless to say, the Embiid effect is in full force. I mean, he hasn't scored less than 20 a night since 2012, but even that's happening again.
And bro, what's crazy here? The Clippers, they saw this coming a mile away. One of bro's former teammates even said it out loud.
All right, I gotta hear this. What'd he say?
I saw it as addition by subtraction. Like I said, more guys get more opportunity, not only myself.
Bro, addition by subtraction, that's diabolical. I mean, they said losing you made them better.
Imagine your ex posting on IG like, best decision of my life. That's basically what Norm just did.
And he said it with some bass in his voice. No hesitation, no second thoughts. He really meant that.
But here's the thing. The Clippers aren't just talking. They're proving it out there on the court. While PG's struggling in Philly, the Clippers are looking like they know exactly what they're doing out in the West Coast.
It's like they cut ties at the perfect time. Meanwhile, the Sixers are stuck holding the bag.
And that's crazy because it wasn't always like this. There was a time when PG was that dude, a straight up superstar. So what happened?
Oh, for sure. I mean, back in Indiana, PG was LeBron's worst nightmare. All right, a two-way beast taking the Pacers to the brink of the finals. I mean, at a very young age. People were calling him the next big thing in the league.
And even after that brutal leg injury with Team USA, dude came back like nothing happened. By the time he got to OKC, he was in the MVP conversation.
Facts, bro. PG was that guy. We're not going to just brush over that injury. I mean, that was a gruesome injury. I mean, one of the worst of its kind. So, I mean, the fact that PG came back not only performing, but performing at the level that he was. Do you remember that OKC year? PG had Russ passing him the rock. And he was cooking, all right? That's something he wouldn't even do for KD. 28 points a night, MVP finalist type stuff, bro.
And let's not forget why the Clippers gave up half the team, all those draft picks, and a key to the city in the first place. They thought pairing PG and Kawhi was going to create a dynasty. And to be frank, so did we.
Right. I mean, this wasn't just a team. They were supposed to be the team. Two of the best two-way players in the league, locking down everybody and dropping 25 a night on the other end. And come to find out, the key that they gave PG, the key that they gave Kawhi Leonard don't unlock shit.
That's facts. And I thought that bad Clippers juju might have just ran off on PG, but seems like as soon as he left the locker room, that team took off.
Yeah, but at the same time, that bad Clippers juju is rubbing off on everybody. I mean, come on. Kawhi hasn't been able to put together a string of 70 games and Lord knows how long. PG did what he did, forced his way out. Yeah, the team is gelling on other ends. They're playing well. But, I mean, we had such high expectations for the Clippers, bro. They were supposed to be the next dynasty.
And it's crazy. Maybe the super team just is dead. Brooklyn Nets couldn't get it to work with all the talent they had. And the Clippers are just the most recent example. But here's the thing. The hype was never really matched by the results in LA. And now, looking back, maybe the cracks were there all along.
Yep, and because as soon as the pressure hit, PG started showing us a different side of himself. Pressure bust pipe, and playoff P was born. So here's the thing about PG, man. He's got the talent, no question about it, all right? And let's be real. There's a reason a lot of NBA players call him their favorite player to watch. The man's bag is deep.
Facts. That handle, that footwork, the silky smooth jumper to go with it. When it's all going right, it's like watching the perfect basketball mixtape come to life. There's a whole generation of hoopers who study his game.
Right. PG's game is art. It's like a fine Picasso, Basquiat even, you know? But when you step back and look at his career, it feels like there's always been that disconnect. For all the talent, for all the silky smooth athletic ability to manipulate the rock, when the pressure is on, it's like he can't pull it all together.
It's a shame. It's a damn shame.
Facts, bro. I mean, when you get all types of nicknames, Pandemic P, Playoff P, it's a problem. I mean, let's take a look back at the bubble. Pandemic P was born when he shot 4 for 16 in the Game 7 against Denver. And then that side of the backboard three, I mean, come on.
George, way off. It's the side of the backboard.
Oof, bro, Twitter had a field day with that one.
You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't just a bubble. I remember OKC versus Utah in 2018. Closeout game. We set them boys up in the mountains soft. Turns out it was PG himself who was, in fact, soft. PG went 2 for 16. That's the guy Russ called Playoff P.
Bro, it's almost like there's two Paul Georges. The one in the regular season, who's a joy to watch, and playoff P, who's, well, by all means, a letdown.
Yeah, man, a letdown. And that's what's so frustrating about him. He makes it look so easy. The game is so silky smooth. But when it matters, it just doesn't happen.
And the real problem behind the playoff struggles is that regular season PG ain't even what it used to be now.
I mean, yeah, let's call it what it is. He cried his way out of LA to get the bag. And now the Sixers are paying him $50 million to barely play.
Coming into this season, the expectations for the Sixers were sky high. You've got Joel Embiid, fresh off an Olympic gold medal, Tyrese Maxey, who's on the verge of stardom, and playoff P. No, I meant Paul George. He was supposed to be the missing piece to take this team over the top.
And instead, they've been one of the biggest disappointments in the league. All right, this is not what they signed up for. PG's missing games, his scoring's dropped off, and when he's on the court, it's like he's scared to take over. 17 a game at the time of recording? Is this a joke? Is this y'all's king? This man is a 9-time All-Star, and right now he's giving you the kind of performances you'd expect from your third option. I mean, making Ben Simmons' career in Philly look good.
Meanwhile, the Clippers are over there like, we knew this was coming. They saw the decline before anyone else did and made the smartest move they could. They got rid of him. They didn't overpay.
I didn't look at, for anybody I'm on the court with, I don't look at him to be my savior.
So while the Clippers with no PG and Kawhi missing a bunch of games are still in the mix for playoff spots, unfortunately the Sixers are learning this the hard way.
I alluded to the Embiid effect, and we're back at that guy. I mean, with Embiid missing the time that he does, PG has had every opportunity to step up and establish himself as the guy in Philly. I mean, Philly is a great city to play for when you're playing well. Instead, he's been passive. He's been letting Tyrese Maxey, Philadelphia Jr., take over. All right, while Maxey has been balling, that's not what they're paying Paul George $50 million to do. Get reps at center? Talking about your board? Give me a break.
And the worst part, the Clippers were right. They knew this version of P was coming, and they refused to pay him like the superstar he once was.
Meanwhile, Philly's stuck with a $200 million contract for a guy whose best days, as it looks like right now, are clearly behind him.
So let's really talk about it. The Clippers knew what they were doing when they let PG go. They saw the injuries, the inconsistencies, and decided, you know what, we're good.
And now they're proving it. I mean, no Paul George, no problem. All right, they got Kawhi playing like himself again, a deep roster, and they're staying competitive in a brutal Western Conference.
Meanwhile, Philly's over here paying $50 million a year for PG to watch Tyrese cook. At this point, they're going to need Maxey to start paying rent for all the bags he's carrying.
Facts. I mean, the Sixers are looking at one of the worst contracts in the league right now, and they've got no one to blame but themselves.
Speaking of bad decisions, don't let one ruin your game.
Wait, Ty, what you mean, bro?
I'm talking about hooping with them trash basketballs. You know them lopsided ones with the donut in the middle? Stop it. Get you a ball from Baden Sports.
Facts. Listen, Baden Sports makes premium basketballs that feel so good, you start thinking you've got Paul George's back.
Exactly. Go to BadenSports.com. Use promo code hoop_plug_ for a smooth 10% off at checkout. All right, back to Philly. The Sixers gambled on PG like he was still an MVP caliber player, but right now it's looking like they were the ones who didn't see the decline coming.
And here's the thing. It's not even all on PG, all right? The Sixers' whole plan is flawed. You've got Embiid, who's amazing, but can't stay healthy. And now you're pairing him with another guy who misses just as much time? That doesn't sound like deja vu to Los Angeles last year. How's that supposed to work?
It doesn't. And it's wild because you look at the Clippers like they flipped the script. They're no longer tied to PG's contract, and they've built a team that doesn't rely on any one player to be great.
So you're telling me the Clippers lost PG, somehow got better. That's a masterclass in team management. Shouts out to Danny Ainge.
Meanwhile, the Sixers are out here running the most expensive YMCA team in the league, and all it's getting them is 13th place in the Eastern Conference.
God damn, bro. They're paying superstar money for superstar problems.
And the Clippers, bro, they didn't just win this gamble. They avoided what could have been a franchise-crippling move for a squad that too often finds themselves in the gutter. The Sixers, they doubled down on a player who hasn't been that guy for years.
And unless something changes fast, Philly's going to look back on this as one of the worst moves in NBA history. Well, hopefully you guys don't make the same mistakes as the Philadelphia 76ers front office by not subscribing to the channel and liking this video. As always, guys, we appreciate you guys rocking with us. Put some flavor in your ear.